Good news, you've got a property, everything's going well, all of a sudden you get the valuation and it's bad news. It's been downvalued. What happens next? Click like and subscribe to find out. Okay, so something I've been speaking to quite a few people about recently is down valuations. And this actually happened to us earlier on in the year when we were buying that HMO in Pontypridd that I mentioned in one of my previous videos. So purchase price, well, the offer price was 150k. There was a lot of interest in it. So we were like, right, okay, let's go straight in, big balls, 160. Went in at 160, fantastic. Offer gets accepted, blinding. Put the mortgage application through, perfect, instructed the solicitors, everything's going swimmingly. All of a sudden, I say all of a sudden, it was planned, the valuer goes out and he's downvalued it back to 150. Then it's sort of panic stations. You think, sugar, have I made the right decision? We knew that we overpaid for it. Luckily, we'd done a bit of forecasting. We're planning on keeping it long term. We're quite happy with the quality of the property, quite happy with the rental yield. So we want this house, basically. We want the property at this point. So as far as we see it, we had two options. Option number one, you go back to the vendor and you say, look, fair's fair. We offered 160, but it's been downvalued. Will you meet us halfway? Maybe 155, 153. You know, we're still paying over what we asked for, but you can understand our position. We thought that we were going to have to pay 25% of 160k. Now we only have to pay 25% of 150k, but we've also got a surplus of 10 grand that we've got to find from somewhere. So it's not great. That was option one. We went with that, naturally. It's a sensible option, right? So you'd think, yeah, maybe they were a bit annoyed, but in fairness, they had 10 grand over asking price, so they might be a bit lenient. Wrong move. They were dickheads. Said, no, we're not going to entertain it, not even a little bit. We want our 160, otherwise we'll shop elsewhere. And it's worth mentioning at this point that there was an offer that had came in at 165, but in anticipation of it being downvalued, the vendors actually went to us because we were in a better position. So they said that. Then it was a few days of trying to negotiate again, back and forth through the agent. Naturally, the agent works for the seller, so they're trying to get the best price. And they knew that we were in a financial position that we could cover it if we needed to. So that leaves us with option two. We swallowed the cost and ended up paying the extra ourselves. And truth be told, I'm not actually that mad about it. But this is happening a lot, and not everybody is investing in a property. You know, you could be a first-time buyer, you could be buying your first home and really stretching yourself and not have that extra cash in the bank. And if you get a down valuation, you might not be able to cover the shortfall. B, it's just not nice. You know, it puts a spanner in the works. It elongates the process. What should take 2 months is now taking like 3.5, but can even be extended beyond that point if you reach a stalemate with the seller on what you're going to do, or if you have to go back to your mortgage broker, maybe switch lenders, maybe get a second valuation done, challenge the valuation, which never really works out well, to be perfectly honest. So the long and the short of it is, down values are a pain in the bum. So what can you do to stop a down valuation? Essentially, not overpay for the property that you're looking to buy. And now that's easier said than done, especially in a bull market that we've got at the moment. Yeah, I see it quite often. I'm speaking to, investors, first-time buyers, whoever it might be. Places are going for like 20 grand over asking. Now, when that valuer goes out to value the property, they are looking at things from the lender's eyes from a risk perspective. How much is it a risk to me, the lender, if I am valuing this property higher than I know it's worth if this bubble bursts? Not bubble, you know what I mean. If this boom ceases. So they're going to look at comparables in the area over the last 12 months. Naturally, if there's not much sold in the area over the last 12 months and the last thing that was sold or a couple of streets away was 6-8 months ago, it's going to be a lot lower than it is now. So it'll probably get downvalued. They're also going to take into consideration what the property was marketed at. So if it was marketed at 150 and the houses around it recently have been marketed at 150, using this example, then that's probably what they're going to go for. They're going to look around, as long as it all stacks up, all makes sense to them. I'm not a valuer, so I don't know. But essentially, they're going to look at that and go, yeah, 150. And they're going to send that back to the lender, and the lender's going to go, oh yeah, we've had the valuation back, it's 150. Do you want to proceed, yes or no? So overpaying or looking at things from the outset, analysing your budget, and in some instances, like the one in our instance, you might be prepared to overpay, and that's absolutely fine. But all I'm saying is, go in with your eyes open. Don't think, oh, we've offered 170 and that's okay, because the lender's going to lend us 80%, 90%, whatever it may be, if if it's a residential purchase, and then be really, really disappointed when it comes back at a valuation of 150 and you've got 10, 15 grand that you've got to find that you don't have. So be prepared for that, assess it from the outset and assess your financial position. And sometimes you're better off biting the bullet and moving away and looking at a different property. That's my little take on downvals. It's something that I get asked quite a lot, and a lot of people don't really understand it, what it is, what it does. They think downvaluation, great, I can go back to the vendor and they're gonna just let me have it for cheaper than I offered. At the minute, the market the way it is, definitely not the case. So don't get too excited about that. Down valuations are a bad thing. Right guys, that's all for today. Hope that was a little bit helpful for those of you who didn't understand it previously. If you've got any questions, just stick it in the comment box. Please like and subscribe. All your support and interaction is really appreciated. I love it, really keeps me going. I enjoy getting these videos out there, enjoy interacting with people, really good, building that community, networking, talking property, fantastic. Take care guys, and I'll speak to you next week.